You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this little live video.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to those of you who watched it before when we did not have the correct audio settings set. But now we do, and so here we are. Okay. What were we talking about before? We were talking about this new feature that we have at addressinggettysburg.com that will make the your accessibility to the licensed battlefield guides easier, makes them more accessible to you. Now, licensed battlefield guides that have come on the show, we did this as there's a couple of reasons. One, to make them easier to access, to access for you. Two, to get them more work. And three, to help raise money for the show and a future venture that we want to do, but it's going to require, a little bit of capital. And so we figure since there's all these restrictions, these COVID restrictions, and you can't squeeze people all together and stuff and things, this idea's got to wait, and that's probably good anyway because we're going to need to save money for it. So let's do this instead. So that's what we're doing. That's the idea behind all this, and we certainly look forward to your support. So what is it that we're doing? Eric, go to the website and let's show them. Okay, so now we're here at the website, as you can see. Now, Eric is going to go up to the top left-hand corner where it says menu. He's going to click on that. His drop-down is going to come. He's going to go over to tours, and there's going to be a drop-down there. He's going to click on book an LBG. Now, you can also just go to addressinggettysburg.com/LBG, and it'll take you right to this page. All right, so there's a little explanation there up at the top of the page. And then below is a calendar. So let's say, Eric, that I want to come to Gettysburg on May 17th. How do I do that? Oh, look at that. I go to May, and then I find the 17th. And what do we have on the 17th?
I've got a 9 a.m. and a 2 p.m. car tour available.
Well, I'm an early bird, and I want to do as early as possible. So let's do the 9 a.m. So Eric's clicking on the 9 a.m., as you can see there. And it's, okay, now this is coming up here. Now, the first question I have to answer is how many vehicles or how many cars? So there's going to be a drop-down. I'm going to click that. And in my group, there's only one. I'm only paying for me and my wife and my son, who is 11, and he loves the Civil War. Okay, the next question is how many people? So it's going to be 3. And so I'm going to go to click on 3. Very good. What's next, Eric? What does it want to know now?
Wants to know how they heard about us.
Well, of course, they heard about us, or I heard about you on Addressing Gettysburg, my favorite podcast. So I click on Addressing Gettysburg, and then what?
You've got a comments box, but it really isn't going to do anything for you, so you can skip that.
Yeah, skip the comments. I mean, you could always put something in there if you want to, but no real need.
So then down at the bottom, the last thing we have is contact information, your first and last name. Go ahead and throw your phone number in and your email address. Your email address is absolutely critical.
Yes.
You've got the payment information in the center, so your credit card information for billing, and then off to the right, you've got a cancellation policy. Go ahead and read through that. It'll also come through your confirmation email.
Now, I don't think it will let you complete the transaction without an email address, so make sure that you got that email address.
Won't.
Okay.
Last thing, complete and pay. It'll take you through the checkout, and then you will get the confirmation email to the email address you provided.
Yes.
And that's it. That's how difficult it is.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, pretty simple. Nothing that you probably haven't encountered with other things before. And that's it. But like I said, it's going to help the guides. 2020 was a rough year for them, as it was for a lot of people. So this is a way to kind of help them make up for that with a better 2021. And this isn't a temporary thing. We're going to keep this going as long as we can. And eventually we will open it up to other guides who have not necessarily been on the show, although they'll always get preference, because we want to, pay them back. So, yeah. Anything else, Eric, that you might think that they might need to know?
Just a quick explanation of what you're being charged and why. If you look at the how many people are in your group, you'll notice that when you go from 6 to 7 people, the price jumps. Now, that's not because of anything that we have control over. That is part of the set rate that the National Park Service has for the guides. It's just when you hit 7 people in the group, the price jumps up. There's also a processing fee because, let's face it, the website service that we use is not free.
Well, it is. It's free to us, not to them.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah, they put the fee on.
So there is a service charge that is tacked on. I think it's basically the same as what the...
Yeah, there's a service charge that we tack on, and then there's a fee that the third-party site here tax on as well.
But yeah, the overwhelming bulk of what you are paying is the guide fee. Like 95% of what you're paying is the guide fee.
Now, the other thing is when you go and you book this way, you will be put in with no more than 3 other carloads of people, 3 other vehicles.
Yeah, there's a max of 4 vehicles per tour.
Right. So if you go, let's say, to, what was that, May 17th at 9 a.m. and you can't book it, that means that it's met its limit and it automatically closed.
Exactly.
So now, all is not lost. The other thing that you can do is call the phone number, and it will tell you if there's, for whatever reason, if you can't do what you're trying to do, there will be a phone number there that will tell you to call. What's the phone number there, Eric? I haven't memorized it yet.
717-693-0182. And that's going to go straight to a voicemail service that Matt and I monitor.
Right. And then we'll get back to you. And when you call that phone number, we can handle whatever, really. But it's especially for people that might have, let's say you have a van or a bus full of people, 15 or more people coming, and you're all coming together. You're going to want to call that phone number, and we can set that up for you, because it would just have to be special and separate from, the general public. What else? Also, if you want to, you request a specific guide, because when you go through this calendar, those are availabilities that guides have given us. We know who's going to be on that tour, but we're not putting it out there because we don't want people playing favorites. We want to spread this out as much as possible. And so for the guides, it behooves you to give us as many availabilities as you possibly can. But for you, the tourist, the more availabilities there are, that means that there's more of a variety of guides that you could possibly get set up with. And these are guides that you've heard on the show. And they're going to meet you at the West End Guide Station, which is going to be in your confirmation email. That's the starting point. And yeah, I mean, that's it. It's going to be a 3-hour tour. You're also paying for a 3-hour tour. So a lot of people might see the price and go, well, at the visitor center, it's whatever. They're charging you for 2 hours. They're not charging you for 3 hours.
Yeah, the basic overview tour is supposed to take 2 hours, but that's assuming that the guide is able to ride in your car with you,
right,
and explain things while you're driving from point to point. Whereas now, with COVID restrictions being what they are, they can't do that. So it's been adding like an extra hour onto just basic overview tours.
And we're paying the guides for 3 hours. So that is why there might be that price difference that you see.
It takes them 3 hours to complete the tour. We're paying them for 3 hours.
Right. What else?
think that's about it.
That is about it. We hope you guys take advantage of this. We did this for you just as much as we've done it for ourselves and for the guides. It's a win-win-win. The famous Michael Scott win-win-win. I win, you win, and the guides win. And that's what more can you ask for, right? I mean, the three-way win is the best win, of course. But yeah, take advantage of it if you can. Hope you get out to Gettysburg. I hope that when you do take advantage of it, there's other people who listen to the show on the tour with you, and you get to meet them and you get to learn together. That'll be cool. That's kind of what we're all about here, is community and learning and all that touchy-feely stuff. It's just wonderful, isn't it, Eric?
Boy, howdy.
Oh, boy, howdy. It's wonderful stuff there, that stuff and things. So that's all I've got for you. I don't know. Yeah, that's about all. So I guess if we can use the immortal words of Robert E. Lee.
There's no time.
Say what?
There is no time.
Okay, you don't have to yell.
I have told you there is no time for that. There is no time.
Well, then we're out of it. We're going to go. We'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Our hearts so stout have got us fame, forsooth 'tis known from whence we came. Wherever we go, they dread the name of Gary Owen in glory. Instead of spa or drink down ale and pay the reckoning on the nail, no man for that shall go to jail from Gary Owen in glory. Instead of spa or drink down ale and pay the reckoning on the nail, no man for that shall go to jail from Gary